Oh my God. What is up? Oh, I'm sorry. What is up, geeks and gamers? It's your boy Q
and QMG.
And we're here to bring you guys into the QUNIVERSE, where we talk to you guys about everything geeky, gaming, and nerdy.
And today, we're talking about the anime. But first,
as you can see, what I'm wearing, my Spider-Man hoodie, because we have been run amok. We have been led astray. It has been found out that Spider-Man, for right now, supposedly is no longer in the MCU. Well, and I am pissed.
Well, it's not supposedly. Unless something is done within the next week or so, he is completely out of the MCU. Tom Holland, the actor, is still Spider-Man. And more than likely, he will retain his cast, and not so much his director. That's been up in the air. But concretely, he is contractually obligated to be Spider-Man for at least 2 more movies.
And this is trash. We didn't land in the MCU. The MCU landed on us.
Well, Black-em-X. Let's give them the facts and not our thoughts and minds, because that's where a lot of miscommunications came in. Essentially, to make a long story short, Marvel had at least one more Spider-Man movie contractually obligated between them and Sony before they would have to do renegotiations to decide whether Spider-Man would stay in the MCU or revert solely back to Sony. But because Disney, who owns Marvel, are a bunch of greedy idiots, they decided to preemptively start negotiations where they suggested that they would receive a 50%, some have reported 30%, but regardless, enormously large percentile of the funds from Spider-Man and their MCU outings, which in regards to Sony would be a terrible business decision.
Yeah.
Sony already receives only the amount of money they get from the solo Spider-Man movies. When Spider-Man appears in any of the crossover movies in Marvel, Sony doesn't see a dime. They don't see a dime from any merchandising, regardless of if it's promoting Spider-Man in their movies or definitely when it's promoting Spider-Man elsewhere. They don't see anything. Basically, what they were getting was, okay, Marvel will hopefully give our Spider-Man solo movies enough clout where it earns $1 billion, and that is where we gain the majority of money from. And in return, we can use any characters that they have in their movie catalog to help those movies reach that point. But when you dig a little deeper, Marvel basically controls all of the creative aspects of it, so Sony really ain't doing nothing in the first place with those movies outside of collecting checks, and Disney tried to strong-arm them into getting more money out of them.
Hold that thought. Before we get too much deeper into this Spider-Man, for Lavalis Cummings and Big Head Brian, don't get on my stream into the QUNIVERSE talking about anything the Cowboys do. We don't want to hear it.
I mean, the Bears won. The Bears won so bad they made Andrew Luck retire. So,
hey man, don't talk about that. That's hard, man. Andrew Luck just retired, man. The man young, man.
Oh yeah, that's true. But
no Bears though. But anyway,
yeah,
don't you dare talk about them Cowboys. But with that being said, what up, Cody? Appreciate you for tuning in, bro. Appreciate you for tuning in. Let's get back to the Spider-Man news.
Yes. Essentially, the Disney deal the deal Disney wanted to implement would have more than benefited them more than Sony, and combined with the fact that people have been speculating as to reasons why Sony declined. They said, well, that their feeling is that with recent movies like Venom, like Into the Spider-Verse, they feel like regardless, they have a handle on Spider-Man now, as opposed to 5 years ago when The Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out, and that was, even though opinions have softened on that movie now, it definitely came out very poorly received. And despite those feelings, however, they weren't the ones who pulled out from the deal. It was Disney who, after not receiving their request, pulled out completely, which has null and voided any more Spider-Man in the MCU. That one more movie they were guaranteed, it's no longer a thing.
Well, definitely, Cody, I feel where you coming from. Oh, appreciate you tuning in, Tarvin. Appreciate you for tuning in. What up? Yeah, Uncle Ellis, we going big, man. We can't do nothing less but go big. But yes, with that being said, let's go to our comments. I definitely agree with you, Cody. Now, I agree on the fact that Sony shouldn't have. They should have came to some negotiation. But as time goes on, and as QMG was saying, and as we look deeper into the real underworkings of the deal, it seems like Marvel was trying to take everything because they were already getting royalties from the merchandise. But as we look, they didn't want just royalties from the merchandise. They also wanted a 50-50 split in the revenue of the actual movie. So in return, Marvel would be getting most of the revenue for the character. So
yes, they would. Marvel would have received hand over fist all of the money, and like have some pundits have put it, Sony didn't want to get 35% or 40% of $1 billion. They'd rather get 100% of 800 million or 900.
JD, shout out, it's me, yo boy.
and I can understand that train of thought. And again, why? I mean, truth be told, both of these studios effed it up because they both were in a situation where they both had it golden.
Yeah, they had
Sony had the credibility and the credibility of the MCU, where right or wrong, it was viewed as whatever Sony did with Spider-Man, it was viewed as it was of course going to be good because the MCU was involved. And Disney got the nice hand because they had Spider-Man. Spider-Man can interact with the Avengers and now the X-Men and Fantastic Four and all of this other stuff that make people's dreams come true.
Sony metaphorically had the world by the balls because they all had Spider-Man.
Which your boy's been saying whenever
they
we
had
talk
Spider-Man in the MCU and as well in Sony, and they were making money off both platforms. Yeah. So for them not to come to an agreement.
Yes, it was. I mean, and then like I said, it wasn't. Sony didn't, as they put out a press release the day of the information coming out. They said that they weren't willing to end the deal. They said that they were more than open to renegotiate at a later time while still maintaining the MCU having one more Spider-Man movie under their belt.
Now, as of right now, there is still talks that they're trying to get in the boardroom somehow. But as of right now, it's looking kind of grim, and it's hurting my poor little old heart because I love Tom Holland Spider-Man in the MCU as the centerpiece, trying to be the next Tony Stark. What up, Brandon? Appreciate you for tuning in. But I really wanted to see that. And also, Fatty OZ, they also did Stan Lee wrongly. I didn't want to get too deep into that aspect, but speaking out was Stan Lee's daughter, saying that Marvel Studios did him very wrongly as far as the respect department that he deserved of being the creator of the characters. And his daughter also said that Sony was a little more, a lot more respectable to the person that he was and the standard that he set for Marvel. So with that being said, we didn't want to dive too deep into it. We'll talk more about it next week because this is our anime week, but we got a couple more points that we want to talk about that isn't anime based, and one of those is before we jump off the Spider-Man, I feel like this needs to be said, and that this just to clear the air entirely on how this whole situation. Hold on. To clarify, Cody, there is going to be an Enter the Spider-Verse 2. It's already been slated. I don't know if they started production.
Not yet.
But it's definitely coming out.
It probably won't start production until after Venom 2 is out.
But Enter the Spider-Verse did too well in the box office and through the award circuit for it not to get another one, but they've already slated for another one.
Yes, but before we cut off with Spider-Man completely, I feel like this needs to be spoken about. That Kevin Feige and Tom Holland, they spoke about it. Tom Holland was actually able to speak on it twice, and he basically said the same thing twice, but it still needs to be said because there's been a lot of reports earlier in the week that Tom Holland unfollowed Sony on social media, which I haven't found any evidence about that. I don't know if that was just a blip or if that was true or not. But Tom Holland did speak about it as he's grateful for being in the MCU, but he's very much still excited to play Spider-Man. For all intents and purposes, there are no sour grapes in either direction. He just wants to continue playing Spider-Man. And he spoke about them coming up with pitches for the third Spider-Man movie that, while it will not be set in the MCU, it will not be set in the MCU. It will definitely carry themes from previous MCU movies, which I don't know how they're going to work that out, but I'm pretty sure that's some jargon they're trying to say to calm people.
And do they have the right to all the characters like Ned and?
Well, yeah, because those are Spider-Man characters inherently, so they were going to keep those characters regardless. And Kevin Feige, I believe he kind of surprised me with the finality on which he spoke about it. he was very much, like he said, he flat out said, we knew we had a finite amount of time with Spider-Man, and in the 5 years we had him, they were able to accomplish things that were, accomplish people's dreams and whatnot. So he's just grateful for the whole situation now. If that's how he truly feels, or if that's something he's saying just to get some PR speak out, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
But it's something that still needs to be, thought about. Now, like me and Q have spoken about multiple times already, we still can have a deal that's in place that can have Spider-Man back in the MCU. Personally, while I've been personally laughing at Disney doing everything I said they wouldn't, effing up this deal unnecessarily, I definitely want to see Tom Holland in a Spider-Man role that does not have no unnecessary MCU characters in it, but I'm not going to sit there and say he shouldn't go back to the MCU if they have a good plan for him.
And as me and QMG were discussing, we are totally kind of, like he said, but for the most part, the community is divided. People say, a lot of people have, like we said, 50% of the people say they don't care, and 50% of the people say they do, like myself. I very much do care that he comes back to the MCU. I want him to come back to the MCU so bad. What up, Jeff? Oh, let's get back to some of these comments. Yes, Black Panther 2 is slated for like maybe 2022.
It's slated, it's official.
2022.
May 6th, 2022, which is weird because previous reports coming out of Comic-Con placed it back in February. Is going to make a return to its February release date, but just speculating, this isn't confirmed, but just off of the power of Spider-Man no longer being in the MCU, I'm pretty sure they now need a major summer release date, which I'm 99% sure MCU Spider-Man 3 would have been that May 2022 date. So, because they would have put it at 3 years since Far From Home comes out now. So it would have, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
What up, Miko? Jeff, I see you. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hey, and JB, yes, we haven't really talked about this much, but now that it's supposed that looking for more that Spider-Man isn't in the MCU, I'm pretty sure they're going to lean towards the Sinister Six, yeah. But there's nothing concrete right now on the Sinister Six at all. It's been speculated since Amazing Spider-Man 2. So, like,
at the most part, anything we've read about any adjacent Spider-Man villains is that one, the crazy movie that Sony's been working on long before this even became what we would think to be a reality, they had Spider-Man written in the script to be in the movie. Secondly, there was talks about Spider-Man potentially coming in, showing up in Venom, and therefore tying Venom into the MCU, which is why Venom was a PG-13 movie, because they were really hoping that the success of the movie would entice Kevin Feige to allow him to come into the movie. But now that Spider-Man is back solely with Sony now, there's been talks that Venom 2 will more than likely be a hard R movie which will have Tom Hardy in it. So
yeah, and I definitely can see the Sinister Six being in the Spider-Verse movie since we have so many Spider-Man, but we also have Morlun, yes. Yeah, Morlun, who's like the major antagonist to the Spider people. Well, if you read the comic book.
I was told, I spoke to a prominent Spider-Man artist at C2E2 earlier this year, and she was telling me that she spoke to the creator of Spider-Gwen, and that the current plans for Into the Spider-Verse, if the success maintains, is that it would be Into the Spider-Verse 2 will be a more bigger story that will probably focus on the Spider-Verse comics, and then the third one would be an all-female Spider-Verse movie. So I think the Sinister Six would probably be staying predominantly in the live-action setting, because I don't think they'll dedicate a whole, unless they do multiple Sinister Sixes, but then why you just do the Spider-Verse villains if you want a multiple amount of Spider-Man villains in it. So I think they'll try to push that into the Spider-Man live-action movies and then save something bigger like Morlun for the Spider-Verse movie. So
yeah, so with that being said, let's move away from Spider-Man. So let's have a sad violin for Spider-Man leaving the MCU.
Yes.
Moment of silence.
The world's tiniest.
Anyway, with that being said, let's move on to a couple smaller topics. This weekend, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2v2 dogfight beta came out. I got the pleasure to play it. It is amazing. If you love Modern Warfare and you love Call of Duty, You'll definitely love this mode. It was very good. Oh yeah, and sorry guys for our audio today for our soundboard. Our speaker is not working right now. It is out of commission, so we'll be back with that next week. But
I was wondering why.
but anyway, so the alpha for the 2v2 dogfight came out. It was amazing. It was awesome. Yes, it was fire. Me and Jared played it. We were kicking ass. We were turned. So you guys, if you love Call of Duty and you love the Modern Warfare storyline, it's a new storyline, but it still has the kindred spirit of the original Modern Warfare. So you guys go out and buy that.
I saw a little bit of the gear when you playing it. It looked very smooth. Very
smooth for a beta. It was amazingly smooth.
Yes, the 2v2. While I'm not too much of a fan of it, looked like you refuted this claim, but it kind of looked a little bit too battlefieldy for my taste.
It felt like Call of Duty all the way.
Well, visually, I could say the eye test made it seem a little bit too much battlefieldy for my taste, and I know that they were trying to, like with Modern Warfare, that may be the intention with them going into a gritty and realistic take on it, which is ironic considering Modern Warfare when it initially came out was considered gritty. So it'll be interesting to see. I have high hopes for this Call of Duty regardless, so it'll be interesting to see.
With that being said, like I always say, appreciate the love and support from me and QMG. You guys keep tuning in. Your support is so much appreciated. Leave a like. Share the video, comment, let us know what you guys want to talk about. We appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. Wes, what's up? You guys keep tuning in. All the support is going to make our channel better. We're going to constantly keep trying to get better and bring you guys more content. It's on the way. Thank you guys for the support. With that being said, QMG, give us a rundown about what happened with Disney 3 and Disney Plus. Just a quick overview. D23. Yes.
So, quick rundown. I'm not going to go through over everything because some of it was fluff.
Oh, Jared said Call of Duty just steals ideas from other games. That's why.
Yeah.
But it's still fun.
Yeah. I'm not going to run over all of them. I will run over it because there was a significant number of things. First things first, I'm just going to get the technical stuff out of the way about Disney Plus. The monthly fee is $7 with up to 7 accounts because there was a big controversy earlier in the week about how they were going to crack down on password sharing. Yeah. Which, if you know about password sharing,
everybody password shares. But I know y'all do. You can't lie.
But I'm guessing they're mitigating that by allowing people to have 7 different accounts, which means I'm pretty sure they'll have a system where if it's over 7 people on one account, then they'll know your password sharing and then do whatever they're going to do with your account. We have yet to see if that's going to pan out, if people are going to be Tony Stark and buy it, or if they're going to be Jack Sparrow and pirate it. So we are going to see how this all shakes out. But back to the main content. First things first, we're going to kick the reel. They talked about High School Musical, the show, and I'm only bringing that up because it's like it's about a high school, but they're doing High School Musical as a play. But
I heard that. That's why I said we're almost in this together. I seen the trailer.
So it's like hairspray and grease. If y'all seen
it's like
Community,
High Schoolception.
No, but like the way it's shot, it's like The Office, where they're being like interviewed, like they're being documented, with Glee, where they're singing in real life, and then they're gonna have the moments where they're singing the shows. It's very weird. It's also very cringy, in my opinion.
Cringe guy.
So there's that, and then
High School Musical's making a comeback.
Yeah. And then, what shocked me...
What up, Chelsea? Appreciate you for tuning in.
Thank you. What shocked me the most, Lizzie McGuire is coming back as
shout out.
I think it's going to be a mini-series or whatever, but it's about her, 30-year-old Lizzie McGuire in New York. But...
Is everybody coming back?
We don't know that. They just confirmed Hillary Duff, but her 13-year-old cartoon mind she's going to have to be dealing with that. It's going to be interesting to see. I know a lot of people were hyped about that. Also, on the old school Disney movie stuff that you used to watch as a kid, The Princess Diaries 3 is coming out.
Princess Diaries
3 with Anne Hathaway.
Shout out Anne Hathaway.
With Anne Hathaway being the queen of
the
country.
I know you ain't throwing up about Lizzie McGuire, man. Don't do that.
You know, and that she's coming back, and like it's gonna be about her ruling over the country. It's gonna be crazy to see that. I didn't think that Anne Hathaway, Academy Award-winning actress Anne Hathaway, would
come back to do her Disney role and reprise it.
I mean, but everybody loves her.
Everybody's reprising their Disney roles.
But everybody loves Princess
except Shia LaBeouf, who shout out to him for Peanut Butter Falcon, winning a lot of Indie awards out there on Indie Circuit. Shout out, that's one of my favorite actors. If y'all did not know.
Yeah, but but Shia LaBeouf probably would come back because he's that cool of a dude and that great of an actor. So that's another thing. And then they talked about Lady and the Tramp, which I thought was going to be a theatrical release, but it's actually
live action,
a live action Disney Plus movie.
All right, here we go, all these live action Disney movies.
So I don't know how it's going to turn out. And then they got some bogus Santa movie that's coming out.
Hey man, Anna Kendrick.
I mean, yeah, but
it did look trash though.
Yeah,
no disrespect, Anna.
Yeah, like it did look trash. But enough about the standard Disney.
I ain't gonna tell Haley, JB. I got you.
But enough about the standard Disney stuff, because now we're going to go into Star Wars, and this.
We talked a lot about Star Wars last week.
But now we got more info about Star Wars. That's hype. We're going to go from, they're all hype. So
we still need the list of all the Disney Plus Marvel shows. Just a list. We don't really got to dive too deep.
Yeah, but so first thing first, the first trailer for The Mandalorian, which focuses on the race of people that you see. If you know who Jango or Boba Fett is, that's their people, the Mandalorians.
Was it just me, or was that Jude Law voice in the trailer?
No, that was the dude talking at the end.
I thought that was Jude.
We don't know who the Mandalorian is.
Yeah, we haven't seen this.
So it looked dope. It looked like a real big budgeted Star Wars movie.
Too big budgeted for a series. I was like, I thought it was a movie at first.
And I was sitting there watching the trailer, and I'm like, these characters who aren't saying a word and are just doing specific facial movements or winking, that is going to be somebody's favorite Star Wars character right now, and I was right. I was looking at the reactions, and there's the winking female alien. Oh, that's my favorite. There was Carl Weathers sitting down at the table. Oh, he's my favorite. There's the black shock troopers. They're there for it. Like, people love Star Wars like they love air, so it wasn't surprising to me. And then going up a notch, we had talked about it last week. They confirmed it this week. Obi-Wan Disney Plus series, 8 episodes. Ewan McGregor coming on back. They confirmed the timeline 7 years after Revenge of the Sith, which is which will be in the same timeline as Solo, a Star Wars story. And it makes the most sense because if you've actually seen the movie, you know that Darth Maul, it was the secret main villain that was over the whole bad guy force. So I could definitely see them having him and Obi-Wan being at odds. So it makes the most sense to see. And I'm very much excited for it. Not much more information than what we talked about last week. And lastly, on the Star Wars front, The Rise of Skywalker, the first official poster of it, a lot of screens and a lot of screenshots and some footage that they didn't delve into. And the most controversial, most surprising, most enticing aspect of the whole Rise of Skywalker news was that there was footage of a hooded Rey with a double-edged red lightsaber.
Leak. Or...
No, that was a part of the presentation that was shown. They didn't show any footage of it live.
So she joins the Sith.
We don't know. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping that
Rey turns evil and Kylo turns good.
That would be the worst thing ever.
I'm calling it. Kylo rises up to be his Skywalker roots, and Rey, who was already distant from any of the Jedi, even had a dark past. She is going to become.
She doesn't have a dark past. We've already
abandoned.
We've already established over 2 movies that Rey is incorruptible. That she has the hope that's necessary.
I'm calling it. Y'all saw it here on Into the QUNIVERSE. Kylo Ren turns good and Rey turns evil. I'm calling it out.
And it would be a terrible twist. Just because you call it doesn't make it. That doesn't make it going to be good. Have you seen the last 2 movies?
Yeah, we saw it together.
Dude, does it really make sense for her to do a 100?
It doesn't make sense. That would be a good twist.
No, twist makes sense.
What's a twist? Shout out M. Night Shyamalan.
Twist makes sense when you step back and look at it. You can't just do something that's nonsensical and then go, oh, it's a twist, and say it's good. It has to.
No, it does make sense because if you look at Rey throughout the whole movie, both her movies, she was always having the trouble trying to find her place.
In the Last Jedi, she literally goes, Kylo, don't do that. Kylo is basically spelling out.
So why did
her.
she go to Kylo then?
She went to him.
And what happened when she went to him?
But that was to turn him good, and she didn't
Time
turn
to get you in
bad.
trouble.
But she didn't go bad. That doesn't make it make sense. It
No,
doesn't. It won't.
I'm calling it. It might not. It's like a 99.9% chance that won't happen.
I'm hoping it's a vision, like because in the Last Jedi, for those who've seen the movie and remember the lead up to it, there was a lot of misleading trailers in the Last Jedi. Like there were a lot of misleading stuff to make you think one way, but then it went the other way. So I'm hoping there's the same case with the Rise of Skywalker, because that would be pretty lame if they introduce this cool lady character and this lame dude villain, and they just swap it out and say, "Oh,
Kylo was lame."
Yes, he's lame.
Kylo the truth.
And being lame. You could be the truth and lame.
Okay.
But yes, okay, tangent over, and we quit this right. We need
Give us a rundown of the Disney 23, Disney Plus streaming Marvel shows that are coming out. Not a brief overview, just give us a rundown. We'll talk about them next week because we got to get to this anime.
Well, it's going to be a brief rundown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I got a brief rundown, means I'm going through it quickly.
We're going to see.
See, he's trying to already put salt on my game. Anyways, Winter Soldier and Falcon confirmed he's going to get a new suit. Confirmed he's going to have a shield. U.S. agent will be in the show. The name of the actor escapes me at this moment, but he says he will not be Captain America in this series. He will be Falcon with the Captain America shield. Think that's true or not? I don't think it is. Next,
Because it's called... Never mind.
It's Winter Soldier and Falcon, but he's saying he's not going to be Captain America. We know he's lying. Next, Loki. They're talking about his show. They're talking about how it's 100% the Loki we saw escaping Endgame. It's going to be a bunch of crazy stuff, exploring new things about him. And that sounds...
Lauren, appreciate you for tuning in. Thanks so much.
Thank you. It sounds interesting. Next, WandaVision is going to have Jimmy Woo, the agent from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Darcy, the Jane Foster's friend from the first two Thor movies. They're going to be side characters in it. The synopsis says it's going to be half comedy, half sitcom rather, half epic. So take with that what you will. The promo art shows them to be in an I Love Lucy / Leave It to Beaver-esque scenario. So we don't know exactly. It sounds interesting. We'll see when it comes out. Next, the last Disney Plus show that they explicitly talked about where there was tangible things was What If, where it'll start with Peggy Carter as Captain Britain. She goes through the Super Soldier program. She has the suit, and that will be the first official story. They haven't said anything about anything else yet. Thirdly, they talked about the upcoming shows, which is, in this order, Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, the new hotness.
Not too hot about that.
She's well, you should be. She's very awesome, but she will have her own show and guaranteed to be in the films afterwards. So that's your second confirmation after WandaVision that a Disney Plus character and their story arc will be directly featured in the upcoming movies.
Give us next.
That's my head white. I'm sorry. Secondly, Moon Knight.
Woo! There we go.
He will be the next. He will be have his own Disney Plus show. A highly anticipated character.
There we go.
It's no other things talked about, but he's definitely being brought up, which might be a big blow to Netflix Marvel because I know Jeff Loeb was holding out that he could introduce him, and the fact that he now can't might definitely close the book on any more Marvel shows on Netflix, but we'll see. And thirdly, my personal favorite.
My favorite. Let's go.
She-Hulk is in the MCU proper. Yes, she will have a show in the
Have we got any inclination of who's going to play her yet?
No, but there's been a lot of fan casts. I've seen the one that I didn't even think about, but it will make total sense based off of the actress Gabrielle Union as Jennifer Walter She-Hulk. That would be dope. And that would mean Bruce Banner has a black cousin, which means he got black family members. And that's the littest thing in the world, y'all. Okay, so that's the Disney Plus shows. Now the movies. There wasn't a lot of movies, so this will be quicker. Eternals, they had their cast. They added Gemma Chan, who last was seen in Captain Marvel playing a completely different character, but now she'll be playing another character named Cersei in the Eternals. They showed the concept art of the characters. Also, Kit Harington, Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
Yes.
He will be in the Eternals as Dane Whitman, the Black Knight. So that'll be interesting to see, to say the least. And
Timothy, what up, Tim? Big Tim. Appreciate you for tuning in, man.
And as we talked about earlier, Black Panther 2, they brought out Chad Boseman. They brought out Ryan Coogler, and they spoke about Black Panther 2 dropping May 6th, 2022.
Which is probably 100% him versus Namor.
Unfortunately.
Whoa! Why you gotta go hard on Namor?
Because that, just like Kraven being brought up, Black Panther versus Namor is cheap, lazy, and doesn't do anything for his inherent role.
Lazy? We haven't seen Namor yet.
But you don't introduce Namor in the goddamn Black Panther movie. You introduce him in Fantastic Four. Just because 90% of the people went on Instagram or on Twitter and saw Black Panther and Namor fighting doesn't mean that should be the second movie. Black Panther literally has Star Wars now, folks. There's an intergalactic.
I just want to see how they're gonna turn Namor back good.
I don't care for Namor.
Because they're gonna have a battle between countries. That means Namor's people are gonna kill Black Panther's people. Which is stupid. I can't see Namor coming back from that.
Which is my point exactly. That's like,
and it's not just like how Black Panther tried to kill Winter Soldier. This is a full-on land.
It's stupid. It's stupid. It's just because people went on Facebook, on Twitter, saw these pictures. Oh yeah, Black Panther versus Namor, which is really just them
how they do it.
Black Panther versus Namor, which is really just a feeling of Black Panther versus Aquaman. Y'all not slick. I know that's how y'all think. It's equally lame. Just like fighting Kraven is lame. Black Panther literally has the intergalactic Wakanda, where there's Wakandans who went out into space, who were so far out into space, they think Black Panther is a legend.
But all of Namor's people have super strength from living.
Nobody cares about Atlantis unless they're Aquaman in DC. I want to see space black folks. I want to see Star Wars black folks. I want to see all of these cool stuff that's currently happening in the comics that's unique to Black Panther. I don't want to see Storm. I don't want to see Namor. I don't want to see Kraven unless they're in a Spider-Man movie, a Fantastic Four movie, or an X-Men movie. I want to see Black Panther's core roster that is not expounded upon be expounded upon. I don't want to just see, Namor, because, they fought in the recent comics. And no. The only character I would even remotely be cool with is if it's Doctor Doom, because that'd be frankly awesome. Doctor Doom, Latveria versus Wakanda would be frankly awesome.
Everybody knows Doom. Everybody knows.
But that would still be cool.
Yeah, what's wrong with Storm? Come on, Jared said.
It's not. No, I just don't want Storm to be introduced to anything outside of X-Men.
Yeah.
That's my main goal. But Namor's lame, and Kraven's just lazy.
With that being said,
okay,
anything else?
I'm sorry I went on a tangent, but
anything else before we move on?
But, okay, the major thing, bad by default, because there was just too much information about it, in a good way, Black Widow, her trailer that they showed at Comic-Con, they re-showed it, but also showed set photos and concept art, and the first official poster, which in my opinion looks very dope. The action scenes you spoke about that you wanted to see last week, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, how you wanted to see it, definitely looks on par with Winter Soldier.
It has to be on par with Winter Soldier, if not better.
Yeah, I would say it's in the Bourne category with the way the hits work and everything.
Now, you guys, what up, Big Mel? Don't hate me. But I just watched John Wick 1 for the first time last night. I was up all night watching. I stayed up till like 7. Dude,
it's turn.
If the fighting choreography for Black Widow isn't on John Wick's level, I don't want to see it.
Now, I don't know about Black Widow, but you know what movie will be on John Wick's level?
What?
Birds of Prey. They actually have the fight coordinator from John Wick. That was just announced last week.
Okay.
So that means that the movie
will put in work.
And that movie is a hard R movie. So they're gonna get put in work. So yeah.
And that's crazy because Margot Robbie isn't even the main focus in the movie. I don't think.
Yeah, she is, and that's the
main focus. Batgirl.
No, Batgirl isn't in it. The main focus is the Birds of Prey, Black Canary, Huntress, and Cassandra Cain, who's not Batgirl yet, but they're the main focus of it. But we got more than ample enough time to talk about that. But yeah, that's basically all of the major information. The Rock's movie, Maleficent 2, that Cruella, the origin story for Cruella de Vil, starring Emma Stone. We
always got to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. I saw. Just a small side note, I saw the trailer for the new Charlie's Angels.
You didn't like that? You didn't like it?
It looked horrible. How, Sway? You ain't got the answers.
You really think it looked bad?
How, Sway? How did it look good?
What you didn't like about it?
It just, oh my God. For one, it's trying too hard to be edgy.
How?
Trying too hard. It's just like, we're here, get used to it. Like, it's not. Well, even with the original Lucy Liu, Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, it felt fun. It felt good. This one just feels like we're trying to be in your face. We Charlie's Angels, and y'all ain't gotta like it. I'm like,
it is a well. It is.
It didn't feel.
Well, we aren't the target. We aren't the target demographic in the first place. So
that's
one thing. And two, I mean, I'll be the first to admit that on a completely objective level, the two Charlie's Angels movies that came out with Lucy Liu, Drew Barrymore, Cameron
Diaz
are some of my favorite movies.
I love those Charlie's Angels.
If nothing more, like, I know people will probably assume men will probably like it because they're beautiful women, but even if they put in some average looking chicks, the stuff, just the story and the
Drew Barrymore's character development in that was
man, people sleep on that.
Yeah, I love that.
But it was an awesome movie. Those were awesome over the top movies that I love, and you know, I'm not too bent out of shape about it and about the trailer. I know a lot of my folks, I know a lot of my peeps, and definitely some of the girl peeps have the same were putting out about it like you
and
are.
I don't know what it is, but Kristen Stewart, to me, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna just go and bash Kristen Stewart, but she's a good actor.
You're saying
she's acting in indie movies.
You're saying that you see her more as a serious actor, not an actor.
Yeah, when she plays in indie movies, it's like her characters the characters she's playing in her indie movies are way better than her mainstream characters.
Well,
her mainstream characters are lackluster, but every indie character, a lot of the indie movies I've seen her in, like the one where she was the lesbian rock star, man.
You mean Joan Jett, one of the most famous rock stars of all time?
You know, I don't know I'm a rock star like that. Don't bash me, but she did a great job in that.
But yeah, I see it. I put it to you like this, y'all. It got Naomi Scott and Elizabeth Banks and who were in the Power Rangers movie, and y'all know my code. If you're in Power Rangers, I gotta support you, GP anyway. Whether it's that's my feelings on it.
You support the guy who.
What?
Who killed his friend?
Carlos Mendia. Like, he's doing his time and it was his
he's doing his time.
And at the end of the day, it was self-defense, unfortunately. The loss of life was unfortunate, so we don't know how that turns out. But enough about
with that being said, before we go into it, appreciate everybody that's tuning in. You guys can always tune in to us on Into the QUNIVERSE page at Geeked Up Media. Or you can go to my Facebook page at Quentin Ziegler on Facebook. Or you can go to his page at Quamon Star G on Facebook. And you always can watch us on YouTube at Into the QUNIVERSE, where you can like and subscribe to our channel and watch all of our videos with all our updated content, edited with pictures and videos to go along with these live streams that we are doing. So we love and thank. Don't get to tell
I was going to make a very exclamatory point, but I was waiting for you to get done.
Well, exclamatory.
And officially, after this podcast is finished, finito in the bag, just throw it in the bag. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Looking.
We will have the Into the QUNIVERSE Facebook page up and running. I tried to do it earlier last week, but because I'm an idiot, I tried to make a Facebook profile of it, but forgot I could just made a Facebook page where we can all congregate. So I will definitely do that as soon as this is up and running. All of y'all will get, the friend requests and all of the stuff necessary to come on, join in. So whenever we go live on our personal accounts and, if we need to talk to you guys immediately about something that's happened, then you'll have one stop shop to go to and watch all of our content and anything else we post about that's regarding the Into the QUNIVERSE podcast. And maybe we'll stream directly from there if we can. Who knows? Don't trust me on the technological aspect of Facebook because clearly I'm not that good at it. But I am good enough to make a page, hopefully.
Well, enough with the bull crap. It's time to get to what we've been talking about. Don't show people that shirt. No, it's cool. Anyway, it's time to get down to talk about the anime. Woo! We took a little bit longer than we were supposed to, but now we finna give it to y'all. We finna bring y'all that fire.
Yes.
And what better way to start it off than QMG? Tell me your top 3 animes off the top of your head.
Off the top of my higgity head? Well, since I'm going to give you my top 3 rather than top 5, I'm more than likely going to...
Jared said he wasn't ready for your shirt.
No one's ready for the shirt. I wasn't ready when the shirt, and I bought it because of that. But my top 3 animes in this order, and I know if I'm going to have any real anime fans, they'll probably put out because 2 of them are easy mode animes, but I don't care because they're still my favorite. But number 3,
We know a number 3.
Naruto. It's Naruto. I mean, I've seen a lot of animes over the years, but for me, Naruto has always stuck out to me because, like my number 2, it's going like my number 1 rather, but to a lesser extent. It's just a cool anime, gateway anime, even though I watched a whole bunch of animes beforehand. But this kind of just grabs me in on an entertainment level. Watching Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke and their adventures. Even going into Shippuden. I haven't watched Boruto yet. But even going into Shippuden and their adventures and how they grow and their action scenes. It was just compelling to watch. And if it wasn't for Naruto, I probably would have never saw one of my favorite X-Play skits where they were talking about Ultimate Ninja and they were so appalled by the voice acting that they decided to double their own lines and lead to my favorite quote was, "It burns when I pee." When it was just a non sequitur, had nothing to do with anything, but just the way they delivered it was just so funny to me, and I always thank Naruto for that. So that's my number 3.
Yep, what's number 2?
My number 2 is the anime you all should be watching right now instead of watching us. Not really. You should watch us, then watch the anime. Yes. It's Mobile Fighter G Gundam.
I was gonna say this.
Why? Because it's the best Gundam series ever. You know fighting games, right? Like Street Fighter and Tekken and Mortal Kombat. Well, what if it was a Gundam show that was solely around that aspect of you being in a Gundam, fighting other people
without a lot of exposition.
With no exposition virtually outside of what they really want you to know. With guys like my boy Jiminy Cricket with I didn't have a slight brain fart. That's exactly how they want you to pronounce his name. From Neo America, where he's a football boxing Gundam, where he has his whole crew of chicks that are his hype men and hype women rather. And he had a crazy backstory with the clown. Then you got my boy Argo Gobalski, a Russian space pirate who's in jail trying to clear the name of his folks and being the head of Neo Russia. Then you got my boy Schwartz Bruder, who is a German ninja, who I won't spoil who he really is.
Are we watching Gundams or The Wire? Because you just said a whole bunch of criminal activity with a lot of these.
Exactly. And then what makes Mobile Fighter G Gundam so great is that the folks really don't need Gundams to be awesome, because in all of the other Gundam series, like Gundam Wing or Gundam Seed, they're just military dudes piloting robots. Not in Mobile Fighter G Gundam. They're actually powerful people outside of the Gundams. They can kick buildings in half without Gundams. They can kick buildings.
They were like super strong out of the Gundams.
They were kicking buildings up out of the ground.
The ninja guy, like...
You got
stopping.
You got folks, dudes named Master Asia who can.
We're not forgetting Gundam Wing, but he's saying
it's better than Gundam Wing. Look, I'm saying it.
You see, he said it now.
Like you got dudes named Master Asia who can kick robots, the Gundams, and beat them down without using his extremely god. And then don't even get me started on the main Damie himself, Domon Kashin. The man...
I might edit, when you say this part, I might edit in the music.
The man, Domon Kashi, the OG, who's ill at ease and knows only how to fight, who steps up to every battle with the greatest finishing move outside of my number 1 pick, the Shining Finger. Or he wants to put you down with the Shining Gundam. Then he has the Burning Finger. The Burning Finger with his Burning Gundam, which has a cooler name in Japan called God Gundam, which hits you with the heat in. And then when he wants to put you down for the count, he calls up his waifu, Dr. Rain Mikamura, who's an OG herself, who can pilot Gundams just like the rest of them.
Y'all just raised his blood pressure.
He calls her up, and then they hit them with the Sekiha Tenkyoken, who can...
Say it one more time.
The Sekiha Tenkyoken.
Say it one more time.
The Sekiha Tenkyoken, and just puts down anybody. And then you got the auxiliary characters like Allenby, who has a Noble Gundam, which is basically Sailor Moon Gundam. It's the best.
What is your third?
The number 1. I mean,
what's your number 1? We know it is, but you have to say it.
I mean, It's the shirt. It's the show that inspired the design of this shirt, not the character.
I was gonna say
it's not Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. No. And that's a very good anime, but it's of course the number one anime in a long time. The anime that I love, you love, everyone loves. The one that this guy's in, and this guy's in, and that guy's in.
Or for people who are our generation, Dragon
Ball Z, y'all. What else could it have possibly... No, not like Dragon Ball Z. It's Dragon Ball, it's Z, it's Super, and it's the one scene where Goku turns Super Saiyan 4 in GT. It's
okay. Also... Jared said his number one is Inuyasha, amazing. Number 2 is Full Metal Alchemist, and 3 is between Samurai Champloo or Fooly Cooly.
I heard of Fooly Cooly.
Yes, that's the one with you don't remember the thing coming out dude head with he was riding on the scooter and he the robot come out his jump with the girl from space. I think.
The non-sequitur anime that you guys know.
Yes, that nobody knew what it was about.
Yeah, but yes, it's Dragon Ball Z. What else can I say? It's the perfect anime for the perfect amount of reasons. It's at its base level. It's an awesome show that has a lot of action scenes. And distilled to its best nature, it is a show about individuals who not only seek to make themselves stronger and or better better than they once were. It still doesn't lose the sense of camaraderie and compassion with its main characters. Yes, Goku is power crazy and wants to be stronger and will probably make a dumb decision and probably make a dumb decision in seeking of that power. But if you've made the good decision to watch Z and not just watch Super, you know that in spite of all of that, he still won't stop himself short if it means his friends truly will be in danger. He will always ride for his friends. He will always try to, if he makes a mistake, he will try to correct it. And most importantly, he will never, ever, ever turn his back on you or be somebody or do something that will intentionally harm someone.
Okay, so thank you guys for following in the trend. Big Mel said his number one anime show is Gundam Wing. His number 2 is Cowboy Bebop.
Can't sleep on.
And his number 3 is Yu Yu Hakusho. In a faceless town. Hit
him with the spirit, dude.
Yeah, I actually watched Yu Yu Hakusho, the final season again. That jump was turned.
And even though some folks will sit back and say, "Oh, Yu Yu Hakusho." Well, no, we'll get to that segment later. But it'll be a disservice if I left off my honorable mentions, my 4 and 5, and you can follow suit too. But number 5 is Pokemon. It is. It just is. You can't.
I wanna be.
I know Ash has become an idiot, virtually a parody.
He actually might win in the Talos. I think it's Talos region.
A lower
region. I was watching on Tokyo Source. He actually might win.
Yeah, but
they just lost. He really lost, but won because of MacGuffin.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. It's going to be a joke league just to throw fans a bone. So I'm not even going to count that. But Pokemon, just because of the Pokemon. Because they cast the spell on making me like it. But yeah, Pokemon.
And what's your other honorable mention?
The anime that's better than Pokemon is Digimon.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Did you just
Digimon?
Did you just really go there?
Because I'll put you like this. Pokemon has had about 15.
MD, appreciate you tuning in. What up, MD?
Pokemon has had about 16 seasons now, and only 4 of them are good. Digimon has had about 5 seasons, and only...
Now, the movies are inherently better than the Pokemon.
No, Digimon as a whole. I'll put you like this. Digimon Season 3 is better than every single last Pokemon season. Digimon Season 3, I've watched Digimon Season 3 as a grown man and cried at the end. That's how good that season is. And I don't give a darn if I don't. It's just that good. Because if a show is good, it's going to make you
that guy.
Says the guy who just got done watching the time travel Netflix series and was appalled and shocked that the movie dared to say, you come up with the ending.
But that was bogus. She
don't spoil it. But just know that the movie leaves it up to your interpretation.
Jerry said Pokemon 2000 is the best Pokemon movie. I agree with you. Pokemon
2000. It is the best Pokemon movie.
No, it is the best. Pokemon 1 was turned.
It's not bad.
That boy Ash got turned to the stone, and our Pokemon started crying to bring his soul back.
That was one moment.
And that was like
Pokemon 2000.
Hold on. First of all, how does Pokemon Tears translate? Pokemon Tears brought Ash back to life.
But no, in Pokemon 2000, Jared, you're correct. It's the best Pokemon movie.
Hey, Pokemon Monster 2.
Sure, but what were you saying?
It's better than Digimon.
We can disagree.
Okay, but now it's time for my top 3, which you already know. Everybody knows it. Shin-Chan, Hamtaro, and what's my third one? How did I forget it?
You're going from 3 to 1 or 1 to 3?
And Puka. Those are my 3 favorite animes.
Saying why you trying to be funny, literally 2 of those 3 are considered good anime.
Shin-Chan.
Shin-Chan and Hamtaro.
Hamtaro. But no, for real though. I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to start with my favorite. Everybody knows, come on now, y'all know what the number 1 is. Dragon Ball. Come on, Dragon Ball. Even though I don't like Dragon Ball. Fun fact, I hate Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z and Super. I even like GT a little more than I like Dragon Ball. I ain't really like Dragon Ball.
That's crazy.
I know, right? Well, number 2 is Naruto. I know I have the list of a 13-year-old boy, but I have Dragon Ball, Naruto, and my number 3. Man, that's tough.
We all know what it is. Just say it.
It's tough. It's so many great animes because I love Trigun. Trigun is one of my top favorites.
He's trying to be modest, but he just wants to say my hero.
You trying to do AMR?
I'm just trying to
ASMR.
We know what it is.
My hero's really good.
So just quickly.
Digimon does have better movies. That's what I said. Digimon, the power of love. Yeah, the power of love. But yes, so we got Dragon Ball, Naruto. I want to say Trigun, but My Hero's just so good. It's so good.
He's playing y'all right now.
It's so good.
Every time a new season of My Hero comes out, that's the only thing he talks about.
Speaking of My Hero, October, you guys look out for season 4. It's looking like they're gonna have the English dub and the Japanese version going simultaneously. So you guys look out for that. Carson, appreciate you for tuning in, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. Hey, leave a comment on, guys. Everybody who's tuning in, leave a comment on what your 3 favorite animes are. Top 3.
You got some honorable mentions?
Yes, I have an honorable mention. 7 Deadly Sins is really good. If you guys haven't seen 7 Deadly Sins, watch 7 Deadly Sins. Joe, what up, Joe? Appreciate you for tuning in. Give me a list of your 3 favorite animes, bro. 3 favorite animes. Everybody who's tuning in. But 7 Deadly Sins is really good. Escanor is starting to become one of my top favorite anime characters of all time. Escanor is B.A. That man's a beast. And for my other honorable mention, I would have to go with, man, there's so many good ones. Full Metal Alchemist. You can't go wrong.
Which one?
Brotherhood. I like Brotherhood. Just don't watch that episode.
I mean, in 30 minutes they would have been fine anyway. So.
But I got one more honorable mention. Kill la Kill is a really good anime. After you get past the fan service, the waifu fan service,
which is literally in every episode.
Which is every episode because her costume, her kietsu, her outfit is fan service. So once you get past that, it's a really amazing anime.
Well, I have one more honorable mention. It just came to me, and that is, of course, the 4Kids version of One Piece.
That's because the theme song. Gotta go.
Well, that's a good thing you brought up theme song because that was a segue.
Oh, hold on. First, we had this conversation. In the comments, guys, which theme song is better, Digimon or Pokemon's original theme song from the American versions? The Digimon, Digital Monsters, or
Pokemon.
I wanna be.
It's Pokemon.
Let me know, guys.
Because Pokemon, the official long version of Pokemon is just a better song than just them going Digimon, change into Digimon. Unless we're talking about the movie Digimon, the head Digimon. But even then, that's just repetition, so it's Pokemon hands away. But speaking of anime music, QMG. That is me asking QUNIVERSE, and I didn't almost get our names mixed up. That's why I just said that. But QUNIVERSE, what is your favorite anime opening and closing song? Now this could be dub or sub because both of them go hard.
But first, before that, LA Jose said his number 1 is Bleach, and he said it's the 1,000-Year Blood War. He was going by arcs. And then, that is an anime. He said Arc 2 on Evangelion, Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is the most convoluted show of all time.
It's not really convoluted.
But then number 3 is Code Lyoko, which is an awesome show, by the way. Code Lyoko was turned.
I got a homeboy that says Bleach is the only time we should talk about Bleach is when we put it in with clothes or somebody's drinking it. Which
I didn't like Ichigo though.
I don't watch Bleach, so I don't have an opinion either way. So, but yeah.
But okay. With that being said, those are some good ones. I definitely like Evangelion and Code Lyoko. I don't really watch Bleach too much, but back to that. What you asked me, the number one opener.
And this can encompass the dub version or a sub, because sometimes the dub song will be different than the sub.
Now, I got a couple. I love Shaman King. To be Shaman.
Yeah, that might be a Flatfoot original song, because that was peak 4Kids. So that might have been a turn. That might have been a Flatfoot one.
Rock the Dragon. You got it from Dragon Ball Z. Doom 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 doo 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 doo. Got Rock the Dragon.
Which quick fun fact. That was not a Funimation thing. That was a strict Ocean dub. It was called the Ocean dub. Funimation had the rights to that song, I believe, for about 2 years after it became the Cell Saga circuit on Toonami. But then they lost the rights to it. They went back to the Ocean dub. So that's just a fun fact, because I know most people associate.
Definitely, after thinking about it, I gotta rock with you, Jared, because there's something about when you hear that Pokemon deep within my soul, man. When you hear that, I be feeling like Ash Ketchum, and sometimes I just gotta put the hat on, man. When I hear that song, it's just sometimes I gotta put the hat on, man. It's just something deep down. When you hear that I wanna be, it's like, you know, that 80s video when you see my face, but then you see the silhouette of my face in the air singing. That's what I be feeling when I hear that song. Pokemon, yes, number one. I said it, number one. So now, outro is definitely Inuyasha. Yeah. The Inuyasha outro. I ain't even gonna sing it. I'm gonna put that in the video on the edited version.
And if we get copyrighted,
we'll take that.
No, we want people to see this.
But if we ain't gonna put it. Oh, Cowboy Bebop.
Take
Cowboy Bebop.
You got any more?
We got Joseph said he liked the Yu Yu Hakusho's intro. Jared said he likes the Afro Samurai one as well.
Yes, do you have personal
Cowboy Bebop Male? Yes, sir. No, another one. I also like Naruto Fighting Dreamers.
Flow. It says Flow, and I forget the official name, but
I like that one, and I also like Trigun. Dude, I like Trigun. That's just me personally.
And the outros?
I ain't gonna lie. That hardest. What up? Hey, D. But I really just like pretty much the Inuyasha one is like the hardest one. Man, that outro, I was listening to that junk on Spotify. That junk goes that hard. I believe it is. Either Spotify or YouTube Music, one of them I was at work. Man.
Yes, that goes hard in the paint. So,
got a little Bobo in the building.
So, for me, it's going to be hopefully as much as yours. Just like we said, and I like, this is no cap for this one. I was capping when I talked about best animes, but no cap for this. Gotta go.
One Piece.
Even though people hate on the Fun 4Kids version of One Piece for absolutely every right reason, the theme song is iconic, and the best thing about it. Another one, I would love to give it to Pokemon Season 1, but I personally love We All Live in a Pokemon World.
Pokemon. Pokemon was turned.
Now, we might get copyrighted for me singing Pokemon.
Nah, they gotta have the beat too. But hey, yeah, Joseph, Jump Force did not leak, but also let out some new characters. Was Bakugo, Kachan from My Hero, and Fat Majin Buu. And I didn't get a chance to play with them yet because I haven't played Jump Force in a minute. But they're definitely looking like they're good. I watched some gameplay on them, and a couple new games that came out. We got the Hero that nobody knows, One Punch Man, and you got the Kill la Kill game that came out a couple months ago, and another anime game. But Janemba also came out a couple weeks ago.
In Fighters.
In Dragon Ball Fighters, and he's been getting mixed reviews. People like him. Some people say he's broke. Some people say he's garbage.
Yeah. And another top tier anime song is Flying the Sky, the Mobile Fighter G Gundam theme song.
Get him!
No, that's the battle theme.
Yeah.
Flying the Sky.
Yeah.
Shining finger. Yeah, that's turn. It's just turn. What's another one? Digimon, yeah, I can't sleep on
Digimon.
specifically season 4. I would say that Digimon season 4 theme song is the Digimon season 4 theme song is turned. I agree with you on Naruto's Fighting Dreamers. That's turned. Naruto Shippuden's first theme song. That's turned.
Yes, Jared. One Punch Man does have a fighting game, and let me just spoil it for you guys now. Yes, Saitama is a playable character. He doesn't take damage, and he one-shots anybody. But the trick is, it's a 3v3 game. You can't pick him first. He has a time limit on how long he takes to get to the battle. So the timer starts out at about 118 seconds, but if you perfect guard or do a combo, it reduces the timer. So say you got about 30 seconds left and you're close to being dying, you can turtle it out or fight, and if the 30 seconds is up, Saitama runs in and you just stand there and you can get hit, punch, kick, anything. It won't take any damage, but as soon as you punch, you win the game.
That sounds stupid. But
I still don't know how this is going to work if it's 2 Saitamas.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, Joseph. I swear I was just thinking that. I don't know how it's going to work. We just going to stand there and just...
Yeah, the Naruto Shippuden theme song, the first season, that's turned as well. Digimon season 4, that's a turn theme song. When we work for one solution. But my number one, and you already know what I'm gonna say, the number one anime theme song I don't ever heard in my entire life is Limit Break Cross Survivor. It's exactly the theme song Dragon Ball deserves. It's high energy, has the best opening cinematic, and not even getting and Tank from Cowboy Bebop, and I'm surprised you didn't say this, but Battle Cry from Samurai Champloo, that also go hard.
Oh, how did I? Because somebody else said it. Samurai Champloo, also one of my favorite openings.
Yeah, that
we are the way of the samurai. Because it puts me in the heart of Street Fighter Third Strike.
Yeah, and
Jared says Sword Art Online got some good ones. I've never watched Sword Art Online. I've seen a lot of clips from it, and my cousin actually told me to watch it. He said it's really good. I haven't had a chance, so I'm gonna get around to watching it.
Yeah, and going back to Evangelion's theme song is turned.
JoJo. You know how you feel about JoJo?
I haven't seen JoJo. I know it's
I've watched JoJo and I kept up with it. It's definitely a weird anime.
I know it got a lot of cool memes that I use.
Man, the JoJo meme is probably the best anime meme of all time. The JoJo To Be Continued meme, if you guys don't know anything.
But that's not an anime song. That's actually...
It's Boondocks...
no,
it's Boondocks technically anime? Sorry, man. We can't give it to Boondocks, even though Boondocks' theme song is amazing.
It is, but it ain't anime.
It ain't anime. It takes a lot from anime.
You can call it an action cartoon.
Yes, because if you guys... Fun fact. If you go and look at some of the fight scenes from Boondocks, they're frame-for-frame fights from Naruto and Dragon Ball.
And for those who don't know, the animators who worked on seasons 3 and 4 of Boondocks were the same animators that DC was implementing with Batman, Superman, with I believe it's not Public Enemies, the one with Darkseid, and Justice League. It was Justice League 2 Worlds with the one with the Crime Syndicate. Just the Batman, Superman where they had to fight Darkseid and they introduced Supergirl. And I believe Justice League Doom. They implemented the same, and those ended up being the same animators that would do Young Justice.
Yes, that is the best anime theme song. Jerry said, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. My name is Shake Zula. The old schooler. You want to check my brain? That's all I'm finna give y'all. Y'all know I know the whole thing. Come on,
man. But yeah, and as far as outros goes, of course, Inuyasha.
Inuyasha is number one.
And I'm surprised you didn't say this, even though I don't think you really took it serious enough. But Zenkai Power from Dragon Ball Z. I know.
It's alright.
And
Inuyasha just set such a high bar on outros.
And I'm definitely surprised you didn't say this as far as dubs go, but the
it's alright. But that ain't, when I think of outros, first one that come to mind is Inuyasha's.
I mean, well, obviously.
That junk just on a whole nother level. Like, outros, you really can't just go listen to an outro on your while you at work or on the radio or something like that. That outro though is on point. Yeah, you guys, if y'all ain't heard that outro, the Inuyasha outro, go listen to it now.
Well, one of the
Joseph said Death Note's intro was good. When I think of Death Note, I think of more of the song that plays the build up song that's in there.
Yeah, he's with Death Note.
Yeah.
I just remembered it. God dang, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood's first intro again. That was.
I know we're butchering a lot of these beats.
Yeah,
so you guys don't hate us. We're trying.
I mean, we have to not get copyrighted. So.
But okay, with that being said, give 3 animes that you will want people to see, and just a quick reason why.
Mobile Fighter G Gundam, Mobile Fighter G Gundam, and Mobile Fighter G Gundam. Odds are you've seen.
Oh yeah, it's time to. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay,
I put 5D's theme song.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh's original.
It's good, but it's not better than 5D's theme song. But the 3 animes you should watch is Mobile Fighter G Gundam, Mobile Fighter G Gundam, and Mobile Fighter G Gundam. Odds are you've seen every other anime under the sun. You've seen Dragon Ball, Naruto, Sailor Moon, Zatch Bell, Bobobo, Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, Samurai Champloo, all of them animes. Inuyasha, Yu Yu Hakusho, you've seen them all. One Punch, Fifth of the North Star, you've seen them all. But there's odds are you've never seen Mobile Fighter G Gundam. So watch it in its entirety and witness its greatness. Because that's what it is.
Yeah. Cute. Oh, yep, Akira, a classic. It's not a full anime, but it's one of the best anime.
It is 100% a full anime. You talk about a full series? Akira is a 100%
I thought it was just a movie.
No, it's the anime.
You learn something new every day.
Like, people will say Akira is the anime over Dragon Ball, any other anime. Even the most top tier Cowboy Bebop that people will recognize critically and commercially. It's Akira. And
it is one of the premises of one of my favorite songs and videos of all time. Even though he done fell off a little bit from my listening.
You're talking about
Kanye West.
Kanye West?
Say it one more time.
Kanye West?
Anyway, but stronger. That song's stronger. But my 3 would have to be, as obscure that people not see, is Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. You send me that link. I'm gonna watch it. Kenichi, Mightiest Disciple, 7 Deadly Sins, and if I gotta get one that I want people to watch that if they like that style and anime, is My Hero Academia. It's great shows.
And if I can go in an honorable mention, then you can too. Yeah. It just came to me. Tobotagen, Gurren Lagann, bad show. Ooh, excuse me. It's definitely an anime. If you like mobile, if you're gonna end up liking,
spoil it.
If you're gonna end up liking Mobile Fighter G Gundam, then there's a 100% chance you're going to love Gurren Lagann. So you got an honorable mention?
Kill la Kill. Watch Kill la Kill. It's great. Like I said, once you get past the waifu, subject matter, fan service, it's a really good anime. Great animation, great sound, great story. Really good. Great action scenes. It's really awesome. So you guys watch that. But with that being said, we coming to a close on this episode.
Yeah, no funny sound effects too much this episode, y'all, because
our speaker was out of commission, but it will be back. It will be back. So before any closing things you have to say, QG, before we close it on out.
So got some closing remarks to close it out. This is we're glad for you. I say this every week, but it needs to be said. We're so glad of y'all continued support and come on out on y'all Sunday evenings and chilling with your boys. It's very much appreciated, and we're going to continue giving you this content. We're working hard, making sure we get as much stuff up and running. Our goal is to start do a test stream on YouTube. Just to see how that turns out. Y'all gonna come out and support that and this, or just to get a feel for it and see how that's done. And still got our BVS QVQ. That's our secondary name, just in case we get copyrighted by the Warner Brothers. Because you know what they say, when you see the cops, you got a Warner Brothers. So we just warning y'all ahead of time.
I like that.
We just warning y'all ahead of time. But that's definitely still up in the pipeline. Our Versus series where we play each other in various fighting games. Fighters will still be the very first game we play. Regardless of how long it will take you, I'm holding on to that. That will be the very first game we play each other in.
And if you guys are looking for high level Dragon Ball play, don't look at us because
we're scrubbing that. But yes, that's another thing. And like I said,
Cynthia, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it.
And like I said, we will be having hopefully the Facebook page for Into the QUNIVERSE up and running. If not by tonight, by tomorrow morning, at the very most, not the very least, but it will most likely be tomorrow morning. It won't be any later than that. And we will send out the invites accordingly, letting y'all know to come and congregate and discuss and ask us what you want us to talk about. We'll let y'all know what we will be talking about, what we'll be doing, and stuff along those lines. So thank you, Q.
And like I always say, thank you guys for the support tuning in. You can always watch us on YouTube at Into the QUNIVERSE on YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment. You also can watch us on my Facebook page at Quentin Ziegler on Facebook. His Facebook page, Quamonstar G. Our Geeked Up Media page on Facebook, Geeked Up Media. And you also can watch us on the up and coming Facebook page for Into the QUNIVERSE. And like I said, when you watch our videos, always like, always share, and subscribe. It will be much appreciated.
And hit and ring the bell. Ring the bell. We are getting copyrighted up in here.
We didn't use the beat. But you guys, thank you for tuning in. This was your boy Q
and QMG. And before we go, and this is something that I feel like it's been a long time coming, I have to do it. Shout outs to my boy Foot Clan. Shout outs to my boys at Blurs Online. Shout out to my guys, the Faruqi Bros at Comic Book Debate. Those guys have been very supportive of us on other platforms, and specifically with Blurred and Comic Book Debate. Those are the guys that inspired me to jump in with this guy right here to help craft this in our own image. So thank y'all. They helped me tremendously. They made me jump in with this 100%. So shout outs to y'all. Seek them out. They're on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. Seek them out, and let's tell them that we sent you. Tell them that Into the QUNIVERSE sent you to check them out. They need you. They're got awesome, dope content just like we do. So give them a good shout out. But
like I said, this was Into the QUNIVERSE, where we bring you guys everything geeky, gaming, and nerdy. And like I always say, we can't thug it out tonight. But peace, love, and respect. And we are signing out.
Ow!